Imagine you are in darkness, not the comfortable dark of a bedroom, not the forgiving dark of closed eyes before sleep. This is a darkness that has weight, that presses against your skin, that smells of mold and human waste and the particular despair of forgotten things. You are 9 feet beneath a monastery in Toledo, Spain. The year is 1577. The cell is 6 feet wide. There is no window. There is no fire. Your robe is the same robe you were taken in 9 months ago, and it has not been washed. 3 times a day your jailers come. They drag you to the refectory. They make you kneel on the stone floor, and while the friars eat, they circle you, striking your shoulders with leather straps, demanding that you sign a single document, that you renounce your reform, that you declare your work a heresy, that you return to the old way of easy obedience. Every day you say no. You are not a warrior. You are 5 feet tall. You weigh perhaps 100 pounds. You are a friar, a poet, a mystic. So here is the question that will haunt this entire episode. What does a man find in absolute darkness that is worth dying for? Welcome to Saintly Chronicles. In this episode, we go inside a prison cell in 16th century Spain, and we discover that the man locked inside it wrote poetry so beautiful, so shattering, so alive, that it is still read 500 years later. This is the story of Saint John of the Cross, and it is not ultimately a story about suffering. It is a story about what suffering cannot touch. Juan de Yepes Alvarez was born in 1542 in Fontiveros, Spain. He came from nothing, less than nothing. His father had married beneath his social class and was disowned by his wealthy family. Then he died young, leaving Juan's mother alone with 3 boys and almost no money. Poverty for them was not poetry, it was hunger. Cold mornings, empty plates. One of Juan's brothers died of malnutrition. And yet, something about Juan was different. Quiet, watchful, hungry for meaning. At school, he read philosophy, scripture, and Latin with an obsession that unsettled people. At 21, he joined the Carmelite Order. At 25, he became a priest, and soon after, he met Teresa of Avila, the woman who would change his life forever. The Carmelite Order had grown comfortable. Large monasteries, power, influence, security. But Teresa and John wanted reform, a return to poverty, silence, prayer, discipline, and powerful men hated it because reform always exposes corruption. John became the face of that accusation, and in December of 1577, they came for him. At night, the arrest was swift. John offered no resistance. They brought him to Toledo. They demanded he renounce the reform. He refused, so they locked him away. The room was barely 6 feet wide. No window, no warmth, no sense of time. Bread, water, sardines, every single day. His robe rotted on his body. 3 times a week he was beaten publicly before the other friars. Still, he refused to surrender. But then, something unexpected happened. In the darkness, John began to write poetry, not with ink, not with paper, but in memory. Line after line, stanza after stanza. He called it the dark night of the soul. Not the absence of God, but a closeness to God so overwhelming, it feels like darkness. After 9 months, John escaped. He loosened the screws of his prison door, tore blankets into strips, created a rope, and climbed down the monastery wall into the darkness below. Weak, starving, bleeding, but free, and carrying inside his mind one of the greatest spiritual works ever written. John of the Cross would later become one of the most important mystics in Christian history. His writings transformed spirituality forever, and centuries later, he was declared a doctor of the church. The mystical doctor, a man once hidden in darkness, now remembered across the world.